Welcome to a journey through modern business, where success often mixes with failure. Google, Amazon, Meta, McDonald's, Boeing. Giants that change our lives, but is their size not their curse? Is a big company a symbol of stability or a ticking bomb? Today, I will show you 6 traps that big companies fall into. Structures created to build power often become the cause of its erosion. This is a story of ambition, innovation, and human weaknesses. Economic history is a book of ups and downs. We see the logos of companies that once shone: Kodak, Nokia, Blockbuster. Their fates are a warning that complacency is often the shortest path to the abyss. Let's take a look at the snares that await today's titans. The first trap is bureaucracy. As a company grows, it creates more departments, structures, and procedures. What was meant to be an aid becomes the beginning of bureaucratic blindness. Procedures slow down everything that was dynamic. Decisions must go through countless levels of approval. The bureaucratic machine stifles initiative. An example is Microsoft from the 2000s to 2010. Departments functioned like independent principalities, generating conflicts. The time to develop a new product was extended. Creativity was stifled by formalities. Employees were afraid to take initiative. Decision paralysis made the company less agile. Bureaucratic blindness. Procedures more important than the goal. The company, like a heavy ocean liner, struggles to change course. It's a trap that drains the organization of its vital juices. The second trap is short-term thinking. Corporations listed on the stock exchange are under pressure from quarterly results. Obsession with charts becomes a religion. Decisions made under the pressure of immediate results are often unfortunate. Example: Boeing and the 737 MAX model. Cost cuts and rapid implementation without tests had catastrophic consequences. The costs were astronomical, including the loss of reputation. In 2018, Boeing spent more on stock buybacks than on research. CEOs under pressure for results at the expense of long-term strategy. Short-term thinking closes horizons and limits ambitions. The company becomes reactive, putting out fires instead of building foundations. This is not a recipe for longevity, but for a slow slide into mediocrity. Short-term thinking is a trap that closes horizons. The third trap is cultural blindness. Do big companies really understand social sentiments? Often they are detached from reality. Example: Facebook and the problem of fake news. The reaction was delayed and PR-driven. Cultural blindness is the lack of understanding of one's target group. The fourth trap is the too big to fail syndrome. Companies believe in their own infallibility and indestructibility. They stop developing and listening to warning signals. Example: Kodak and the invention of the digital camera. They ignored the technology, fearing profit cannibalization. Nokia ignored the smartphone revolution. They clung too long to the belief in the sufficiency of their model. Success became a source of arrogance and resistance to change. The too big to fail syndrome is born out of pride. Companies believe that their brand and history guarantee survival. They stop investing in research and development. This thinking leads to stagnation and marginalization. Resistance to changing the status quo becomes a dogma. This syndrome shows that past success can be an enemy of future success. The fifth trap touches the human dimension of work. Behind success lies exploitation and unbearable pressure. Employees feel like tools, losing motivation and loyalty. Example: working conditions in Amazon warehouses. Employees forced to work at a frantic pace. Evaluation systems create an atmosphere of fear and uncertainty. Such a work culture destroys the organization from within. It leads to the loss of talent and a negative employer image. Building a healthy organizational culture is an investment. Companies that forget this fall into a destructive trap. The sixth trap is the lack of flexibility and resilience to change. The world doesn't stand still. Technology is racing ahead. Large organizations resemble sluggish tankers. An example: Blockbuster and its clash with Netflix. Blockbuster ignored the mail order and streaming model. Netflix became a global powerhouse. Another example is General Motors and electric cars. GM ignored the potential of this technology. Tesla built a global brand. Changes are costly, requiring the abandonment of established patterns. Corporations are conservative, favoring the maintenance of the status quo. Lack of flexibility makes an organization lose its ability to adapt. It becomes like a museum full of exhibits from the past. This is a straightforward path to losing competitiveness. Lack of flexibility is a trap that leads to disappearing from the market. Our journey through corporate traps is coming to an end. The traps of big corporations are not accidental. They are a natural consequence of scale and poor decisions. History teaches that awareness of threats is the first step to avoiding them. The key to survival is an authentic organizational culture, innovation, and the ability to listen to external signals. Leaders who are not afraid of change and value constructive feedback. They will steer their ship through the toughest storms. Which company today is making the same mistakes that doomed Nokia or Kodak? Let us know in the comments if you have any experiences with these types of problems. If you enjoyed this material, don't forget to subscribe and give a thumbs up so you don't miss the next materials. Thanks for watching. Take care. Until next time. Bye.